Erling Haaland has become the third player in history to score 5 goals in a single Champions League game, as Man City have absolutely demolished RB Leipzig by 7-0 in the second leg of their Champions League round of 16 tie. Join me as we go through some of the major talking points and talk more in depth about Erling Haaland and how he is an absolute monster. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, but now let's talk about Man City's mauling of RB Leipzig. There's domination, and then there's what Man City did to RB Leipzig in this game. They ended it 7-0, 3-0 after half-time, and when you look at the attacking momentum bar, there were barely any moments in which RB Leipzig were able to get out of their own half, let alone actually create some opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong, they do actually create a couple of opportunities, and if they take them, the game is completely different. That being said, Man City punished them for not taking their chances, and really it was a case of how many, and turns out that how many was a lot. If we have a look at the Man City team here, you can see they're set up in this 3-2-4-1 with Erling Haaland obviously as the main striker. We'll get onto him in just a second. He is the main guy, but John Stones playing an interesting position, coming in from that right back slot, and he's there because of the amount of domination that Man City have. Normally he'd be out on this right hand side, but he's cutting inside to give an extra midfielder, give an extra piece of body presence to be able to actually rotate the ball around, to be able to keep reshuffling the ball, and then allow the continuous pressure that Man City like to build. Bernardo Silva cutting inside, Kevin De Bruyne swapping with him to give that extra angle. Kevin De Bruyne obviously with his right foot being able to cross the ball into the box, and then obviously on the other side you have Jack Grealish going down this side, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva picking up those two pockets in front of the back four for RB Leipzig. Rodri and John Stones just shuffling and keeping the ball in rotation, making sure that RB Leipzig never have a chance to get out, and they do in a couple of instances, but it really does get snuffed out quite quickly. We have to talk about the first goal, which is the penalty, and I've got to say I don't think it was a penalty at all. I don't understand what the referee was actually seeing. I don't understand what the VAR was seeing. I understand the rule, but it's a very, very odd rule. The fact that he has his back turned to the ball, he has no idea the ball is there, and the fact that he's less than 3 yards away, and the fact that it hits his arm means it's a penalty and it deserves a goal. I don't think that's true or correct at all. So that's one thing for me. The referee did have a couple of strange instances. There was a dive for Jack Grealish that didn't get picked up on. The referee just told him to get up. I felt like it probably would have deemed a yellow card, especially if we're trying to stamp it out of the game. And then you have Ederson charging out at one of the RB Leipzig players. He completely takes him out, and I don't even think it's a foul. He definitely doesn't get a yellow card, so I'm not too sure what the referee was thinking there. And all in all, it just became a very, very easy night for Man City. But there is one person that we need to talk about, and that is the man himself, Erling Haaland. If we look at his heat map, look how many times he gets into the box. It's actually incredible the amount of pressure he puts on opponents, and just when he's either jumping for corners, whether he's jumping for aerial duels, he's sensational. He scored 5 goals in this game. 5 goals. He didn't even play the full 90. He played 63 minutes and scored 5 goals. That is just madness. He had 8 shots on target. He didn't miss a single shot. And like we say, he scored 5 goals. And he probably could have scored more, because guess what? He missed 2 big chances. This is incredible. And we think about the way that he plays, and think about the way that Man City have to adapt to him, and the way that he has to adapt to Man City. And some people saying that Man City can't work with Erling Haaland, or they're a better side without him. You are having a laugh. Erling Haaland is a cheat code in football. He is a cheat code. It is utterly ridiculous the levels that he produces time after time after time again. And obviously he's helped by the sheer quality of Kevin De Bruyne, the quality of Jack Grealish. I mean, these players are all world class. So to have a team around Erling Haaland that has this level of quality, it was bound to work. It was bound to be correct. And they're only going to get more devastating the more they play with each other. Remember, he's not necessarily used to the way that these teams play. He's not used to the way that Bernardo Silva cuts inside or Kevin De Bruyne overlapping. He's not used to that. Wait until he gets used to it. It will become just ridiculous. But as for this game, he was utterly sensational, and I don't have enough good things to say about his professional, serious, defensively orientated at times, very, very clinical performance. He was absolutely unbelievable. We should take a moment to talk about RB Leipzig, who seriously struggled to get into the game. I really do feel for them, but their entire back four got absolutely obliterated and annihilated by the pressure that was put on them. Szoboszlai and Lima really did struggle to make any inroads going forwards, and it got to the point where they started collapsing in on the middle of the pitch just to try and make themselves that little bit more compact, to try and stop Man City from going through them, and they just couldn't. It was quite devastating and at times quite difficult to watch. I know that sounds strange, but it just seemed a bit unfair. We can have a look at the average positions actually, and I'll try and show you and illustrate that point to you. We can see Man City's formation here, and again John Stones coming into midfield because of the lack of pressure that Man City's back line have. He's able to be just that little bit of an extra presence next to Rodri. Then you have De Bruyne swapping with Bernardo Silva to go on this right hand side, Man City's left hand side for Grealish as well, and then you have Bernardo Silva and Gundogan just picking up their spaces in front of the penalty area for Leipzig, and then you have the main man himself right slap bang in the middle of the pitch, in the middle of the penalty area, ready to go and collect his goals. Now let's go and have a look at the RB Leipzig team, and you can see what I mean when I say that it just really crippled them to a certain extent. It crippled the way they played. Both of the wingers coming inside just to try and make themselves that little bit more compact, to try and help the back four, and it was continuously being thwarted. Man City just played around them, or at times just played through them through the amount of bodies that they actually had. It was quite brutal to watch at times, and Man City really did come with a game plan. They came with a plan of attack, and that very much was visible in this game. Finally, let's have a look at some of the statistics, because these are just absolutely ridiculous as well. 4 expected goals. Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan obviously getting a couple more as well. 0.5 XG for Leipzig, that's to be expected. 33% possession. They were just dominated in nearly every single stat as well. Man City had 10 corners. Again, just absolutely demolished and devastated. Just Man City winning 51 duels, 13 aerial duels. In the short of it, Leipzig just didn't stand a chance when Man City were in this vein of form, when they had this kind of play, when they had this kind of idea and the way they wanted to go and approach the game. And once it got to 3-0 at half-time, it really was a case of how many. Turns out that many was 7. Man City stroll through to the next round of the Champions League. It really was a devastating result, a devastating performance, one that I'm sure RB Leipzig will bounce back from. But as for Man City, they have other teams to be looking towards. Can they do it? Is this the year that Man City can really win that illustrious and elusive Champions League? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. But Man City really do go marching on. Erling Haaland is a cheat code. He is a monster. And if he keeps up performances like this, Man City, in my opinion, will be guaranteed the Champions League trophy. Just absolute madness. That's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. And let me know your thoughts, as I said, in the comment section below on Man City and whether you think they're going to be winning the Champions League. What do you think about Erling Haaland, and is he the cheat code that I have pronounced him to be? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.